Hey there, you're watching the ADK Rock and Metal channel. I am Dave Does, and today I'm going to be doing a reactionary review breakdown of a track from a band I've not heard of before. So this is a band called Abstracted. The song is called Axis. Let's find out a little bit more about this band before I get into it. So they are a Brazilian extreme progressive metal group whose sound blends blistering technicality with melodic atmospheric moments. And they've returned. This is their second single from their forthcoming album. What is their forthcoming album called? Hiraef. Is that correct? Hiraef? Comes out on February the 20th. So, yes, please go check that out if you enjoy this. And it's an interesting mix. Extreme metal is not my genre. Progressive metal I enjoy. So it would be interesting to see where that blend kind of hits for me. So yeah, interesting to check this one out. So that's all I've got. Now I never do, if it's a lyric video, I'm fairly certain I've quickly screened it to make sure it wasn't a lyric video, because I don't review lyric videos. I'll only do actual music videos. So I believe this should be actually the right one. And yeah, I'm going to play it. Now I will not be pausing it or stopping it during the song. I'm going to play it all the way to the end, and then we'll talk about it all at the end. And I'll break it into video and musical elements, and of course what the focus for this channel is mainly grassroots with these reactions. So I'm more looking for the creative input into the videos versus the actual like high-tech pot. I'm not expecting it to be like an Arch Enemy CGI video, let's put it that way. But yeah, let's go check this one out. So this is Axis by Abstracted. Let's play it. Okay, there we go. That was Abstracted and Axis. So first of all, I actually really enjoyed the track. I said that I've obviously extreme metal is not really my thing, and progressive. I do enjoy progressive metal, and that was very much more melodic death. This was almost kind of a melodic death progressive metal in there. Versus I didn't really hear much what I would class as the extreme metal end of the genre. There was far too much melody and far too much groove at points in there, even though there's some really interesting time signatures in there. But when they do lock in on a solid groove there, it's very kind of away from what I would class as extreme metal. So I'm not sure if they should be listed as an extreme metal. Not on this song anyway. I would definitely put a far more melodic death progressive metal in there as a kind of a genre for this song anyway. Good song. It's obviously 9 minutes odd long, so it's quite a long track, but with a lot of interesting time signatures in there. So I'm sure I picked out like a 4/5, a 3/2. It would take me a long time to kind of break it down as a drummer, but yeah, it was really interesting. I found myself listening to what the drum was doing and sort of following his drum patterns and kind of counting out the time signatures, and yeah, just really interesting to listen to it from that point of view. Um, Love the guy's voice, great melodic voice, but even when he goes into the aggressive one, his growl is not too extreme. It's got warmth to it, so it's guttural, but it's and heavy, but it's not distracting. Like some aggressive metal guys are just a little bit too scratchy, a bit too raw. He's got a nice warm tone to it, so that actually works really well. The balance of guitar and keyboard works is really nice in the song as well. So yeah, good music. Really enjoyed it. Let's talk about the video. So made up of kind of three core elements here. So we've got a live performance captured from a gig, which is really cool to see. Really some really nice camera angles there. We've got a little bit in the studio kind of and behind the scenes kind of from gigs or when they're tracking stuff, which I like. And then we've got this live performance with them playing through the song in the rehearsal studio. That's the element I would probably have removed from the video. And I'm going to say what? I'm just going to say why. Not from anything that's wrong with their playing. Their playing was fine, but you see this distinct lack of energy or distinct switch of energy, I should say, between what they're doing on the live show to what's in the studio, and this isn't even them tracking in the rehearsal studio. So I like the kind of tracking down shots, and I would have liked more of those. So like the drummer having him filmed as he was tracking parts, that would have been really cool. The vocalist with headphones on tracking the vocals, those elements would be really cool in the video alongside the live performance. Maybe some more live shots in there. What we've got instead is we've got a lot of shots from a rehearsal studio of them setting up playing to playback. From the drummer's point of view, you can see him using these what's called low noise cymbals. So these basically cymbals, they've got all these like little perforated holes all the way through, and that means you can hit them and still hear playback. So they've probably got the playback, considering they're not running in ears, they're probably doing playback through the PA system, so they can just follow along with the track. But what this also means is the drummer can't really rock into it, so everything he's hitting can deafen out, and it means people lose time if they can't hear the playback. So sometimes what I usually say with this one is it's better if everyone's running in ears, play the in ears, the playback with a click track play into it, and then everyone just stays with it unless you don't use, well, they would have to use a click track to track this. You couldn't do it all from without any form of click. You'd be out of time far too easily with everything. But that's the only thing, because also the contrast in the color scheme. So you've got this really dark life to this really crisp white room. I think maybe it might have worked a bit better in the rehearsal room if they had maybe lit the room differently. Um, and if they hadn't got a recording of a live performance, maybe doing the live in the studio would work, but I think it was, for me, one or the other, and more footage of them recording the parts or behind the scenes would have been really cool. The other thing is, as it's a 9 minute song, maybe have some, could have done some sort of graphical story elements in there to kind of explain. Could have been some still capture bit elements like storyboards of a story with some slow zooms through it, just to help the listener understand what the song's about a little bit there, rather than, because it's 3 minutes for a 3 or 4 minutes for a performance song is about okay. It keeps the viewer engaged. But when you're doing a 9-minute song where it's only performance, it's a lot harder because you've kind of seen what you're going to see within the first sort of 3 minutes, and nothing much is going to change. Then you can just tune out. If anyone that was watching me during that will have noticed, I was taking my morning vitamins because I was listening to the song, but I knew I wasn't going to get anything more from the video from an engagement point. So I'd seen what I was going to see. So I wasn't actually looking glued in. I thought I could take my tablets while I listen. Now, one thing that some people have said when they talk about it is that the reason why I didn't use as much live footage is because it's really hard to then sync up. Because if you're playing without a click and you're playing live, you're going to be slightly on, off, pull back. So you have to pan the bits where you're in time. Yes, you are true. If you just take the raw footage of a live performance and just try and overlay it from the song, you're going to be out. Well, what I tend to suggest to do is if you've got multiple cameras, and this is what I would do in a video when I've done it with bands, is you get the song, you sync up all your cameras so they're all got exactly the same start point, and then in your video file you put your drummer at the very top, so you're watching the drum cam the whole time, and then you put the actual track you want to track to, and then you literally follow the drummer. And if the drummer, what you do is every time the drummer starts to either go ahead or below, you cut the video, and then you speed up or slow down the video footage for all the videos. So I'm going out of focus there. You speed up and slow down all the footage for all the videos until you're back in time. And you'll just end up cutting a 9-minute song up, speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down, etc., 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 all the way along, so that all your footage is in line with your playback. And then you could have used a lot more of that footage that way and got some really cool shots. So that's my only kind of steer on it. But apart from that, really impressed by the band. Really enjoyed the track, more than I actually thought it was. When you say it's Brazilian extreme progressive metal, I was not expecting me to have a really strong positive. I thought there'd be elements I would enjoy, but I actually really enjoyed the track, and for the most part enjoyed the video. Just would have maybe changed a few elements myself, but I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the video sometime very soon. Take care.